Alex, the logical software engineer, struggles with jealousy when Riley, the free-spirited artist, effortlessly connects with others, especially fellow creatives. While Riley enjoys spontaneous outings with friends from the art scene, Alex feels left out, questioning whether their structured world fits into Riley's vibrant life. At first, Alex tries to suppress their jealousy, rationalizing that Riley is just friendly. But when Riley stays out late discussing an art project with a charismatic painter, Alex's insecurity rises to the surface. Rather than accusing Riley outright, Alex decides to confront their feelings. One evening they sit down and have an honest talk. Alex admits feeling insecure about Riley's world being so different. Riley, surprised but understanding, reassures Alex that love isn't about similarity, it's about balance. They set boundaries, making sure to include each other in their respective worlds. Alex starts attending more art events, while Riley takes an interest in Alex's projects, bridging the emotional gap and turning jealousy into an opportunity for deeper trust. As Alex and Riley continue to navigate their relationship, their conversations about jealousy evolve into deeper discussions about their individual fears. Alex admits that his logical, methodical approach to life sometimes clashes with Riley's unpredictable, free-spirited nature. He often fears that their differences might drive a wedge between them, and that Riley's ability to connect with people so easily makes him feel like an outsider in her world. Riley, on the other hand, opens up about her own vulnerabilities. She tells Alex that her need for independence and creative expression often makes her feel like she's walking a fine line between embracing her true self and the expectations others place on her. She explains that her friendships with other creatives are a form of validation, but they're not a replacement for what she shares with Alex. They start to realize that both of them have been holding on to assumptions about the other. Riley didn't understand how Alex's need for stability might stem from a deeper fear of losing control, and Alex didn't realize how Riley's artistic world wasn't a reflection of her feelings about their relationship, but rather an essential part of who she was. To bridge the gap, they agreed to spend time in each other's worlds. Alex attends one of Riley's art exhibitions, where he's surprised by the depth of her connections with her fellow artists. It's not about competition or jealousy, but about shared experiences and a love for the craft. Meanwhile, Riley begins to join Alex at tech meetups, where she learns that his world of logic is just as fascinating, with its own set of challenges and rewards. This mutual exploration of each other's passions leads to a breakthrough moment. One evening, after a long day spent together at one of Alex's coding conferences, Riley takes Alex's hand and says, "I never knew your world could be this fascinating. But it's not just about the art or the code, is it? It's about sharing those pieces of ourselves we've been keeping hidden." Alex smiles, grateful for her understanding. "I think we're both learning that trust isn't about holding on so tightly. It's about letting each other grow." Their jealousy transforms into a deeper appreciation for each other's individuality. By acknowledging their insecurities and fears, Alex and Riley come to realize that love, while complex, doesn't require perfect compatibility. It thrives on mutual respect, open communication, and a willingness to embrace the differences that make each of them who they are. As Alex and Riley grow closer through their newfound understanding, they start to experience a shift in how they approach their relationship. The jealousy they once felt no longer lingers in the background. Instead, it becomes a reminder of the vulnerability they both share in being truly seen by one another. With this foundation, their relationship flourishes, but challenges still arise. Riley's growing success in the art world brings more attention from people outside of their circle, and Alex's increasing responsibilities at work lead to late nights and stress. They find themselves drifting into their old habits of misunderstanding, even though they've worked so hard to trust each other. One evening, after a particularly busy day, Alex comes home to find Riley preparing for a last-minute art showcase. Riley seems distracted, scrolling through her phone while arranging her paintings. Alex, already worn from a demanding day at work, feels a twinge of jealousy when he notices the painter she'd once spoken about is also attending. They hadn't spoken in weeks, and the idea of him being in her orbit again sparks old insecurities. Instead of immediately retreating into silence like before, Alex takes a deep breath and decides to approach the situation with the openness they've worked so hard to build. He gently asks, "Are you nervous about tonight? I know it's a big event." Riley looks up, sensing the tension in Alex's voice. She sets her phone aside, walking over to him with a soft smile. "I am nervous," she admits. "But it's not about who's going to be there. It's about putting myself out there and hoping people see me for who I am, not just as the girl with the paintbrush." Alex nods, feeling a pang of guilt for his own insecurities. "I guess I've been feeling a little distant. I didn't want to say it, but I've been struggling with the idea of you getting so much attention from people who don't really know you the way I do." Riley's expression softens, and she takes Alex's hand, leading him to the couch. "You're scared, aren't you? Scared that maybe there's a part of me you can't reach, or that I'll leave you behind?" Alex nods, his voice low. "Yeah, maybe. I'm afraid that I'm not enough for you, that I'm too tied to my routine, while you live for these moments of freedom, and I can't keep up." Riley laughs softly, her hand resting on his. "Alex, you're more than enough for me. I don't need you to keep up with everything. What I need is for you to be here with me in whatever way that looks like. Our worlds don't need to align perfectly, but we need to show up for each other, no matter how busy or distracted we get." The sincerity in her voice cuts through the tension, and Alex feels the weight of his jealousy begin to lift. He realizes that the love they share isn't about competing for each other's attention, but about being present, even in the midst of their different passions and responsibilities. That night, Alex accompanies Riley to the art showcase. Instead of retreating into his own anxieties, he stands by her side, cheering her on as she engages with her fellow artists and supporters. He even starts to see the value in her art, not just as a representation of her freedom, but as a part of her soul that he now fully understands. As Riley is approached by the painter who once made Alex uneasy, she introduces him warmly, making it clear that their connection is purely professional. Alex watches, realizing that the relationship he shares with Riley is built on something deeper than jealousy. It's built on trust, mutual respect, and the space they've learned to give each other to grow. The night ends with Riley thanking Alex for his support, and as they drive home, they talk about everything and nothing like they used to. The old feelings of jealousy are gone, replaced by a sense of security in knowing that, no matter how their worlds may differ, they're committed to walking through them together. As the weeks pass, the bond between Alex and Riley only deepens. They continue to support each other's dreams, but now there's a sense of peace that comes with understanding. They've learned to recognize the insecurities that arise within them and have developed healthier ways to handle them. They no longer allow jealousy to fester in silence or misunderstandings to build walls between them. But, as with any growing relationship, new challenges emerge. Alex is offered a high-profile promotion at work, one that would require him to relocate for a few months to oversee a new project. While Alex feels excited about the opportunity, he also feels conflicted. The thought of being away from Riley, even for a short time, stirs up old fears. What if the distance affects their connection? What if they start to grow apart? Riley, sensing Alex's hesitation, brings up the topic one evening when they're having dinner. "I can tell something's on your mind. What's going on?" Alex takes a deep breath, his fingers tracing the edge of his plate. "I've been offered this promotion, but it means leaving for a few months. It's a huge opportunity for my career, but I don't know if I want to be away from you." Riley looks at him thoughtfully, her eyes softening. "I understand why this is tough for you, but this is your chance to grow, to build something you've worked for. I don't want you to feel like you have to choose between your career and me." Alex looks up at her, his heart swelling with gratitude. "I don't want to choose either. I'm just scared. I know we've learned a lot about trust, but I guess part of me is afraid that being apart will change things." Riley reaches across the table and places her hand on his. "Distance doesn't have to mean drifting apart. We're stronger now than we've ever been. We've already faced challenges and come out on the other side. Trust us." "I trust you." Her words fill him with reassurance, but a part of him still struggles. He's never been away from Riley for an extended period of time, and the thought of missing out on her life, her art, her friends, the little moments that make her who she is feels overwhelming. Riley seems to sense his unease and smiles softly. "Let's make it work. We've built something real, and I'm not going anywhere. We can visit each other. We can stay connected in ways that are meaningful. I don't need to hold you back from your dreams, Alex. I want to see you succeed." Her confidence in their relationship sparks something in Alex. Maybe the real test isn't about being physically close all the time, but about how they choose to stay emotionally connected. He realizes that trust is more than just a comfort in the moment, it's knowing that the love they've built is strong enough to withstand time and space. The next day, Alex accepts the promotion, feeling a renewed sense of purpose. Riley, true to her word, supports him wholeheartedly, even helping him plan for the transition. As Alex prepares to leave, they make a pact to continue being as open and vulnerable as they've always been, no matter the distance. They agree to set aside time for regular visits and to keep their conversations honest, no matter how small the detail may seem. When Alex finally leaves for his new project, the initial feeling of absence is sharp, but it's quickly filled with small gestures that remind them both of their connection. Texts and video calls become a part of their daily routine, and Riley even sends him small pieces of her artwork, something personal, something only she can give him. Alex, in turn, sends her handwritten letters, a reminder of how much he values their bond, even when he's far away. Months later, when Alex returns home, he's surprised by how much he's missed the little things: Riley's laughter as she talks about her latest art show, the way she listens intently as he shares his experiences. It's as if their time apart only made their reunion sweeter, and their relationship stronger. They both realize that, in the end, the space between them didn't create distance, it gave them the chance to grow individually while continuing to build something lasting together. They now know that the truest form of trust isn't just about proximity. It's about the unwavering belief that love can withstand anything as long as you're willing to invest in it, no matter where life takes you. As Alex returns home from his months away, he and Riley both feel a sense of fulfillment, not just from the professional growth Alex has achieved, but also from the emotional strength they've built as a couple. Their time apart has proven to them that love doesn't always need to be about constant proximity. Instead, it's about connection, communication, and the unwavering support they offer each other. However, as the months go by, a new challenge begins to emerge. Riley's art career is taking off in unexpected ways. She's gaining recognition, and a major gallery offers her a solo exhibit, an opportunity of a lifetime. But the exhibit is scheduled for a time when Alex's company has a critical project that he can't miss. The timing feels perfect for Riley but imperfect for their relationship, and for the first time in a while, they face a dilemma that forces them to question their priorities. One evening, as Riley and Alex sit together, the tension becomes palpable. Riley fiddles with a paintbrush absent-mindedly, staring at the sketch on her table. "This exhibition, it's everything I've worked for, but the opening is the same weekend you're traveling for work. I don't want to ask you to miss it, but it feels like everything is falling into place and you're going to be away again." Alex looks at her, his expression conflicted. He's happy for Riley, proud of her success, but at the same time, he's afraid of the distance it may create. "I don't want you to think I don't care about your career. You do. But I can't help feeling like I'm always the one who has to put things aside for my work. I want to be there for you." Riley sets down her brush and turns toward him. "You don't always have to put everything aside. And I don't want you to feel like you have to choose between us and your career. But this exhibition, it's a huge step for me. I don't want to take it for granted. But I also don't want to resent the time you're away either." Alex's heart sinks, knowing the struggle Riley is going through. They both feel torn: Riley, in the midst of an opportunity that could change her life, and Alex, who feels like the weight of his own career might be pulling them in different directions. They've come so far, but now they're facing an intersection where personal and professional aspirations collide. After a long pause, Alex looks at Riley, the desire to be with her outweighing the fear of missing his work trip. What if I take a day off? I can be there for the opening. I can't stay long, but I'll be there to see you, to support you. Afterward, I'll fly to my project. I want to show you that we can make this work, no matter what. Riley smiles softly, her eyes glistening with a mix of relief and gratitude. You're really going to do that for me? Alex nods, his voice steady. I'm learning that it's not about having everything perfectly planned. It's about making sure you're always a priority in my life. The solution isn't perfect, and it doesn't solve all of their challenges, but it's a step toward balancing their dreams with their relationship. The day of the opening arrives, and Alex makes the trip to the gallery, where Riley's art shines brightly in a way he's never seen before. She's glowing with confidence, her work finally being recognized in the way it deserves. Alex stands by her side, his pride in her radiating as he watches her engage with the crowd. They steal moments together throughout the night, quiet exchanges, shared glances, and a tender kiss before Alex heads off to catch his flight. Their time together, though short, is filled with a deep understanding that they're still in this, despite the challenges. They've figured out a way to give each other the space they need to grow while still nurturing the bond they've worked so hard to build. Over the next few months, as their careers continue to take off, they find new ways to support each other. Sometimes it's a quick video call between meetings. Other times it's late-night chats when the world is quiet. They know that balance will always be a delicate dance, but they've come to realize that they don't need to have everything figured out all at once. What matters is that they're still committed to working through the tough times, learning from the hurdles, and celebrating each other's successes. By the time Riley's exhibit closes, the two of them are stronger than ever. They've learned that true love is a partnership where both people rise together, each allowing the other to flourish, even when the road ahead is uncertain.